What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. You know, we're really trying to grow this channel. We're pumping out 3 videos a week right now, and all of it is good bass fishing content. You know, the goal of my channel is to help you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, to help you guys catch more bass. So that's what this is all about. And hopefully you guys can learn something from this video. Today we're talking about the top baits for May bass fishing. You know, I can't believe it's May already, first off. I mean, this year is flying by, but you know, it's warm, finally warmed up. You know, we're in shorts and a t-shirt out here bass fishing, so you can't complain with that at all. But, you know, May can be a tricky month. You know, the bass are kind of in transition. You know, I would say a lot of the bass spawn in the month of April. You know, definitely depending on the parts of the country you're in, but a lot of bass still spawn into May. But, you know, it's kind of a transition time. So you got some fish out deep, some fish shallow. So we're going to kind of dive in 2 baits for shallow, 2 baits for deep, and give you guys a few options to try this May. So if you guys are ready, let's jump in and talk all about it. Oh. What do you think? You think we should do deep or shallow first? I think let's go shallow. Shallow is more fun, I think. Okay, so the month of May, like I said, it's a transitional time of year, so it can be a little tough. You know, you got fish spread out all over your lake. You know, you got half of the population living out deep, half of the population shallow. So you're not fishing for near as many fish, but it can be a lot of fun because it opens up some new baits that you can throw. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about here today. So, you know, this is going to be in addition to all your other standard baits that you always throw all year long, like a Cinco. You can't ever beat a Cinco any month of the year. But in May, you know, I really like picking up the frog style baits. So we got a ribbit right here, that's the toad. And then my second option would be more of a hollow belly frog. Like this is the boom boom popping frog. So this is a little bit different, you know, a little bit different profile than the ribbit that, you know, you can fish in different types of cover. But really the main type of fish that you're targeting with these 2 baits is going to be a fry garter. You know, so a lot of the fish spawn in the month of April or even out through the month of May. And, you know, those fry hatch and there'll be big balls of fry around the area, and those bass are going to guard them. Geez, we had a bee trying to attack Brittany. Now he's on me. Oh, geez. Okay, anyway, the bass are going to be guarding those fry. And, you know, these are 2 of the best baits to, you know, present to those types of fish, because a lot of times they'll kind of nestle back into a piece of cover, you know, kind of use that cover as protection with their fry and the fish. So you're able to kind of cast and wind very fast with the ribbit and fish a little more slow and methodical with the boom boom frog. So generally speaking, on the ribbits, I like to go black and white. You know, I keep the color selection very simple. Just because it's moving pretty quick, so they're not getting a real good look at it. But once you pick up the hollow belly style frogs like the boom boom frog, you know, I like to go with more natural colors. Like this is, I think it's called Killer Gilly. This is called Gilly. So it's you know, a natural bluegill looking color, and you can fish this a little bit slower through your shallow cover. You know, whether it's vegetation, lily pads, wood, trees, anything that, you know, you can kind of skip this under overhangs. There's so many options you can do with these 2 baits, but it's going to catch you a bunch of fish in the month of May. You know, one cool thing about the boom boom frog, if you guys have never seen this, it has this Velcro patch on the top here. So when that bass clamps down on here, his teeth kind of get stuck in that Velcro, and it's just another added level of protection to help keep those fish pegged. So that's one cool feature of that right there. But that's my first 2 choices for baits in the month of May. Next up, we're going to slide out deep. So we're going to leave the bank and we're going to go way out offshore, whether it's brush piles, long, slow tapering points, and we're going to throw a worm. A big worm to be specific. So we got this guy right here. This is the Yamamoto Oki worm. That is a big, giant worm right there. And this is gonna be for more of your, you know, your Nico style presentations. Get out of here, bee. So that, you know, a couple ways to fish this. You know, for me, I would like to fish this on a big Nico rig. So I'm gonna rig up like a Trocar TK137 finesse hook in like probably a number 1 size. So I want a little bit bigger hook, and I'm gonna add a big nail weight into the head of this. Kind of wacky rig, Nico rig him somewhere around there, but it's just a big profile worm. You know, for some reason after those fish spawn, those big females really look forward to a big meal. And this big oaky worm right here is a perfect option to throw for those fish that have kind of slid out a little bit deeper. They kind of set up on little drops, brush piles, that kind of stuff. So that's going to be option number 1, is the oaky worm. And then more your traditional, this is the Ichi worm, more your traditional ribbon tail worm right here. But the cool thing about both of these is they're made of floating plastic. So, you know, whether you rig it on a Nico, a wobble head, a Carolina rig, a shaky head, a big shaky head, the tail is floating here. Jeez, this bee will not leave us alone. He is unhappy with us for our May baits. But so that, yeah, the cool thing about these worms is they're made of floating plastic, so they like to float up, whether you have it on a big football shaky head or a Carolina rig, something like that. So it's just another piece of the puzzle to make it look more natural down there and help you guys catch some more fish. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. You know, May can be some really good fishing, a little bit tough fishing, but you know, that's just part of the game. You know, that you can catch some of the biggest groups of fish in the month of May. You know, once those females have spawned and they start sliding out deeper, they kind of get grouped up. So you can find some areas that, you know, kind of have a lot of them in a small space and, you know, make the same cast and catch multiple fish. And that's kind of where these offshore worms come into play. You know, rigging those 2 worms, typically I like to throw it on 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon, really just depending on the water clarity. You know, I would say I start with 15 in fairly clear water, and then as we, you know, it gets dirtier, if you're fishing pretty dirty water, you know, there's no sense to not throw the 20 pound line. Your bait's still gonna act pretty good on that, but it's pretty simple. You know, like I said, May can be a little tough, but hopefully you guys learned something from these couple baits. You can take them out there and catch a few more bass in the month of May. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for this video. Like I said, hopefully you guys learned something. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out Fish USA for all of these baits. You know, every time we post a video, there's always direct links in the description down below, and we really appreciate you guys using those links and purchasing your tackle through those links. It really helps us, and it really lets Fish USA know that you guys appreciate the videos that we're doing. So, all right, with all that being said, we'll see you guys next time.